What's going on, guys? CWG here. Welcome to episode 33 of the Vault Hunters SMP. Did you know 33 is the largest positive integer that can be expressed in a sum of different triangular numbers? I don't know what that means, but interesting. Now, welcome everyone. Today's the day we finally unlock Create. Did you guys hear that bell? I think someone has pranked me. I've been hearing random bell noises and alarms. And considering only Code has access to mechanism other than me, I feel like he might be the culprit. Oh, you hear that? Oh, the alarm. Give me a second to figure out where these are. Wait, guys, I hear a chicken below me. I bet you it's one of those chicken pressure. Ah! Oh! Well, looks like I was right. Whenever the chicken walks on the pressure plate, it activates the alarm. Okay. Well, I'll take the free alarm because these guys are actually kind of expensive. It costs 2 basic control circuits. That's a lot of Larimar. Alright, now there's another one of these somewhere because I can hear a bell. So I gotta figure out where that is. I hear another chicken. He's like on the other side of this wall. Hold on. Yeah, the chicken. You heard it? It was like somewhere right over here. Aha! Found you, chicken. No more loud noises. Alright, I apologize for the distractions. On the server, there's always shenanigans going on. So, in between episodes, we did a 5-hour live stream in order to grind enough knowledge shards to unlock the Create mod. Now, if we're gonna make the amount of knowledge stars we need for Create, which by the way, is 18 knowledge stars, we're gonna need a lot of Benny boys. And behind me, I have 2 stacks of Benny boys. So let's fortune pour all these guys up. Yes. And I'm holding my other pickaxe in my offhand to try to repair it with the XP. And I think it's working. Nice. We got 4 stacks of Benny boys. Nice. So that should be enough for us to make, what, a stack of perfect Bennies? And I think I need 4 more. Uh-oh. Oh wait, I had perfect Bennies in the system. How silly of me. So with that, we should be able to make 17 extraordinary Benniatite because we actually have 1 knowledge star we bought from the black market. In fact, what's in the black market now? What is that? Opportunistic focus? Resets the crafting potential. That's pretty cool. Holy crap, 4 refined carbon for only 18. Give me. All right, we're getting distracted. Knowledge star, consume. Next, we have to surround this with vault diamonds. How many vault diamonds do we got? We got 285. You'll love to see it. This should be plenty for 17 knowledge cores with 150 vault diamonds to spare. Next up is all the knowledge shards that we grinded in that live stream in between episodes. Boom! 17 knowledge stars. Let's consume! And unlock, create. Ooh! The only downside, it's gonna make thermal expansion and Botania cost so many knowledge stars. So we won't be unlocking those 2 for a while. Now, I have plans for what I want to do with our Create Mech Island. I guess we're calling it the Mech Create Island because it's gonna be involving big Create machines and nuclear reactors. I know Code is working on unlocking mechanism generators so we can build a reactor out here. Oh, this island's gonna be so cool. Now, you may be wondering what this is. Zinjy made a big spoiler wall, and he's working on something, and he said I'm not allowed to know what's in here. Of course, that only makes me want to know what's in there more. I can hear water in there. What's in there? Fine, I'll wait. Zinjy said he's gonna have a video out on Thursday of what this is, so I guess we'll be watching that on Thursday. So getting started in Create, you need some source of rotational power. Create is all about mechanical movement and power through motion, which is pretty cool. Especially if you're a mechanic. Now, I'm more of an electrician, but that means I'm overqualified to be a mechanic, right? Now, let's go to some people's bases to get an example of what their stuff can do. Like, I know Evat has some spinny stuff. Yeah, like over there. You can see you can use windmills for rotational power, and then you have, gear gore. Whenever there's just floating gears in the air, I call it gear gore. My challenge using the Create mod is to try to minimize the amount of gear gore and keep it underground if possible. But I still want the movie cool looking machines to be above the ground. Now there's different ways in Create you can generate power. That right there is the windmill. You can also make a water wheel, which is honestly pretty cheap. Wait, how expensive is the windmill bearing? Okay, the windmill one costs a pog. Okay, so that bearing is more expensive. Well, this hit me. Oh, it actually pushes me. Ah! But the most powerful power source in Create is the steam engine. Press W to ponder. I would love to ponder. So basically, to sum it up, let's skip forward here. You have a tank of water. You can see water's getting pumped in. It's being heated by the fires, making steam, and then causing rotational movement with the steam engine. And now you can make these guys pretty big as we skip forward. Look at that. It looks so cool, doesn't it? I want to make this. I want to make a giant one smack in the center of the island. That's my plan. So I'll put a couple pictures on the screen of what my inspiration is of what I want to build in the center of the island. And it's the generator. It's actually from a game I used to play called Frostpunk, in which the generator was like the center of the town. It provided heat for the whole city. So let's jump into my creative test world and see what I built. Welcome to my creative test world. As you can see, I'm wearing my create goggles so we can see what's going on. And here's what I built. I present to you the generator. And yes, that is a working clock in the front, but we'll get back to that. So in the core of this thing is a tank of the maximum size. And underneath are some blaze burners that heat up the tank to make the steam. Now, these blaze burners aren't activated right now, but even in their unactivated state, they can still produce heat. So this thing is actually making 2,048 stress units of power just passively with us not really doing anything. And I arranged the steam engines in a way so we could transfer the power laterally into these vertical gearboxes. I added the cogwheels because they just look freaking cool. They don't really serve any purpose. And I love these. These are called metal girders from Crates, and they look like steel support beams. So I made this big like steel thing. There's little shaft clamps you could make to make it look like the shaft is getting supported. That's so cool. And you may be like, oh, these pipes here, that's how the water gets in, right? No, these pipes are completely decorational. There's not actually any water going through it. If we shifted to spectator mode here, inside of this big crystal is the true source of water. It's a sink with a water pipe from Mechanism putting it into the tank. I find that hilarious. The secret power in the crystal of this machine is a sink. Now, not only does this thing look freaking cool, it's also functional. All of the rotational power goes underground. So that way other people who need to tap into the power will just run shafts underground. And that way you don't get gear gore. Remember, we don't want gear gore. Ugh. Oh, and the working clock. Inside of Create Mod, there's something called a clockwork bearing. If we right click this, it returns it to the normal state. You literally just build an hour hand, you build a minute hand, right click it to activate, only costs 64 stress units. And it's a working clock in Minecraft. It's so cool. So some of you guys may be like 2,048 stress units. That's not that much power, and that's because we need to activate these blazy boys. If we fly down this hole here, I have a little bit of a setup. I got a chest with some coal in it, or it used to have coal in it. And this mechanical arm can grab the coal and put it into these guys. Now, I haven't actually set this up to give it like rotational power yet, but this is just like how we could automate the process. So let's go ahead and feed these guys some coal manually. It's actually easier to do it from the bottom, and let's see how much more power this thing's gonna make. Oh yeah, now the gears are spinning. We're making 147,000 SU, which by the way, SU is stress units. So like, holy crap, that's a lot of power. And if we're able to make these blaze cakes, which requires lava and some other stuffs and things, you can make this thing go even faster. So now with the blaze cake, they're in blue flaming mode, and we're making almost 300,000 stress units. So this thing is gonna be able to power any create machine we could possibly need on that island, and I am excited to build this thing. Now we can worry about like the automation of feeding these guys coal and stuff later. Right now I just want to get this thing built on the server. Now in the create mod, there's actually a really easy way to do this. If we take a schematic and quill, you can actually create a schematic of the builds that you make. Just right click to set a position, and you have to right click again to set your box. And there we go. If we right click here, we have successfully created a schematic. Now, as you can see here, oh no, we're missing our minute hand. Just face the face you want to change, press Control and scroll wheel, and you can change the dimensions of it. Pretty cool. Now, once you have the schematic the way you want it, you right click it and give it a name. Now, I've already done this. As you can see, we have the generator saved right here. Then if you run the schematic through the table, you get a finished schematic on the other side. And as you can see, kind of as a test, I placed it down right here. And it gives you like a preview of what it's gonna look like. How cool is this? And now Create Mod has something called the schematic cannon. You can use, feed it gunpowder, and it'll like launch the items in the proper place. It's a really cool process. So hopefully I did a decent job of explaining how this thing's gonna work. It looks freaking amazing. Let's go build it on the server. Hey look, we're back on the server, wow. So we need to build the schematic and quill, which cost a feather and an empty schematic, which is light blue dye. There we go, we got an empty schematic and a schematic and quill. Next we're gonna need the schematic table, which is super cheap, so let's get that. Oh, I forgot to mention, during the stream, we crafted a vault anvil, which is quite expensive, 4 black chromatic steel, 3 chromatic steel blocks, but it's a never breaking anvil, and it looks kind of cool. It changes colors. Anyways, let's put down this schematic table, and as you can see, it automatically scans your folder to see if there's any in there, and it sees the generator. So if we put this in here, select the generator, hit the check mark, it will upload it. Oh, baby, this is exciting. And there we go, we got a schematic. So let's fly down to the island here and figure out where we want to put this thing. I think like right here is the center. Let's pop into free cam here to get a better look. I think maybe a little bit more to the left, like right here. All right, this is perfect. Let's set it here. Oh boy. So this is what it's gonna look like, huh? Ah, this is sick. Now, of course, this doesn't actually exist. It's just like a simulation. So sad. I wish you could just paste it in. But no, we do have to get all the materials we need to build it and provide it to the schematic cannon. So let's go ahead and craft ourselves the schematic cannon, which is surprisingly cheap. Down we go. Let's place down our schematic cannon. If you right click it, it opens a little bit of a menu. Now I believe you just put your schematic in here. It says out of gunpowder. You put gunpowder into this slot. And I think if you put a book in here, it should, yes, it gives you a material checklist. This is the whole reason I wanted to do this. If you open up the book, it tells us exactly what we're gonna need, so I don't have to like go back and forth between my creative world, try to remember what I built and like come back. This is just gonna tell me what I need. Oh, so good. Now we're gonna need a lot of this rose quartz. That's the block that we use to make the crystal out of because it looks pretty cool. So it's gonna cost a metric butt ton of redstone, which we can get rose quartz, put it in the stone cutter, and get a block of rose quartz. Actually, you get 2 of them. Okay, that's not too bad. But in order to get the other types of rose quartz blocks we need, it requires polished rose quartz, which you need to use sandpaper for. Now you can either use the pokey machine, or you can sand it down by hand. And I'm always down for some manual labor. So how do we make a sandpaper? With sand and paper. Did I really have to look up the recipe for that? All right, sand and paper make sandpaper. I think you hold it in your offhand and then you're like, oh yeah, let's sand that quartz. Pink diamonds, achievement got. And now I think we put this in here. Yeah, then we can get the other ones that we need. Okay, so as long as we got a bunch of redstone, we should be good. Now, one of the things we're gonna need for the generator is our clockwork bearing, so that way we can tell the time. In order to make that, we need a electron tube, which is our rose quartz, so not big of a deal. But we need this brass casing, which means we have to click a brass block onto chromatic iron. Okay, how do we make brass? We get brass ingots. How do we get that? Oh, we have to mix copper and zinc in a mixer. It has to be heated with a blaze burner. Now, luckily, I know just the place to go for blaze burners. All we gotta do is grab 5 chromatic steel and head to the blaze shop. Now, the blaze shop is ran by Evat, and I know I've seen blaze burners in here. Yeah, look. A blaze burner, advancement made, sentient fireplace. Now in order to get these things, you have to craft the normal blaze burner, which costs some chromatic steel, and then you right click a blaze to capture it, and then he ends up inside of it like that. That's why Evat charges a 5 chromatic steel blaze adoption fee. So let's go ahead and leave that. We're actually gonna need 9 of these for the generator. So I'm gonna have to meet up with Evat to make some sort of like bulk deal or something. Because I know she has a blaze farm, so it's not too hard for her to capture those blazes. Next, we're going to need the mechanical mixer, so that way we can mix things. We need a cog wheel, we need a shaft, we need andesite alloys, which costs andesite and chromatic iron. Wow. Now, I believe in Create Mod, you're going to need a butt ton of andesite alloys, so let's just make a stack. Then we should be able to make some shafts. We're going to need a lot of shafts for the generator, that's for sure. We can make a little cog wheel, how cute. Next, we need an andesite casing. So we click one of those andesite alloys onto a chromatic iron block. Okay, that sounds like fun. We'll make like 5 of them. Why not? We have plenty of chromatic iron and we're able to pentuple it, so I'm fine with spending all the chromatic iron. So I think we just place them in the world like this, right? Oh yeah, baby, the andesite age. Oh, they have connected textures. It's actually a pretty cool looking block. I mean, a lot of stuff in Create Mod is cool looking, let's be honest here. Peeporp says it's begun. Yas. Next, I need a whisk. How do I make a whisk? I need iron plates. How do I get iron plates? Oh, I need a stampy stamper. See, we're starting to get all our create machines going already, apparently. In fact, I think we already have everything we need for this. All right, awesome. Hold W to ponder. Ah, so it looks like you just give it some power. You put the iron down on a depot, then it stampy stamps. Okay, cool. Now, how do we make a depot? And no, I'm not talking about the Home Depot. I'm talking about this depot, which is andesite casing, andesite alloy, easy. Oh man, Create Mod's so much cheaper than Mechanism. Well, at least so far, and I've been liking it. So we need to find a way to give power to these guys, and you know, it's kind of hard to get power when the generator's not built yet. Now I know there's a thing we can make. Yeah, you can make these valve handles that I think you can spin. Oh, but in order to make that, we're gonna need plates, which means we need the thing. Oh man. Fine, I'll make a water wheel. I was trying to see if we could avoid having to make this, but here we go. All right, I got a water wheel in here and I'm surrounding it with glass. This is gonna be very temporary, and I have a thing of soul sand because I was told if you make a water column, it'll actually, yeah, look at that. The bubbles are pushing it and then the water goes down and around, and I think this is max efficiency, I think. Now we can connect a shaft to it. Oh my goodness, we got spinning power. It's a Christmas miracle. Now I'd like this to go a bit faster, so we need to make a big cogwheel and then a small cogwheel, and look how fast that's going. Well, I mean, kind of fast. Then we need to put the thing right here. Yep. Then a thing right here. Uh-huh. And does that mean I can stamp an iron? Oh wait, do I just right click it on? Oh. Oh! It bonked it! Whoa! You love to see it. All right, sweet. Well, let's grab, what do we got so far? Can I have that back? 10 iron sheets, let's go. We're doing it. We're doing the create stuffs and things. So that means we should be able to make our whisk now and our mechanical mixer. Wait, I forgot, we need our cogwheel. And boom, mechanical mixer. And we're also gonna need a basin, which is some andesite alloy and a perfect larimar. Okay. So I think we're finally ready to make some brass. We need to combine copper and zinc. So let's grab a stack of copper and our zinky boys. Now, unfortunately, zinc cannot be pentupled for some reason. Not sure if it's intentional, but it looks like there's no way to use the mechanism machines to get more out of it. Oh, we could use the crushing wheel, but I don't want to set that up yet. Looks like we have to use the old-fashioned furnace. And by that, I mean our smelting factory, of course. All right, so let's see if we can put this together. First, you get your mechanical mixer, and then you get a basin. Then we put our blaze burner underneath it. Feed it a piece of coal to awake it. Oh, it's awakened. And I think we just yeet in the copper and yeet in the zinc. Wait, yeet it in? Okay. Why you no mix? Oh, I'm an idiot. The spinny spin is not spinning the spinny spin. Oh wait, how could I forget? We need to make our create goggles. Ah crap, we need a gold plate. Bonk. There we go, we got our goggles. Now, does this go into a bobble slot? Yes, it does, okay. So we don't actually have to take up our helmet slot. Sweet. So I guess we can put a gearbox here. Oh gosh, the gear gore is already beginning. It's okay, it's temporary. All right, so our mixer's spinning a bit faster now. Is it fast enough? Who knows? All right, let's try this again. Zinc. Copper, fire up the burner. Is it fast? It's fast enough. Let's go. It's mixing. We got an advancement. Mixing it up. I'll jump back in when it's done mixing. There we go. I think it's done mixing. Oh, advancement made. Real alloys. We got a stack of brass. Might as well process the rest of what we got because something tells me we're gonna need a lot of brass. So with the brass, we should be able to make a block. Let's make like 4. Place down our chromatic iron, get our little brassy boys, and boom! We're in the brass age. Nice. Oh, these also have connected textures and look cool. You'll love to see it. And now we should have everything we need for our clockwork bearing. Let's go. And we put it in our shulker box for later. I gotta continue making more and more things. All right, progress update. So in these 2 shulkers, I have all the materials we're gonna need for the generator, including 44 chromatic steel, which is what I'm gonna be trading with Evat when she comes online, so we can get our hands on those 9 blaze burners. Otherwise, a lot of it's just decoration blocks. There's those metal girders, which is pretty easy to craft. There's metal brackets, which are pretty easy to craft. The difficult stuff was the sink, funny enough, because that cost 2 black chromatic steel ingots. Oh. The super glue, pretty cheap. That's what we used to glue the blocks together for the clock. Shafts, not too bad. But now we're finally at the steam engine part. And Houston, we're gonna have a problem. We need 12 steam engines for this. And if we look at the recipe, oof, each one costs 4 black chromatic steel, which means each steam engine is gonna need 32 chromatic steel ingots. And I've already used all of our carbon, so how much chromatic steel do we have left? 43. So we only have enough to make 1 steam engine. Now the generator will still work with just 1 steam engine. It's gonna be limited to 65,000 stress units, which honestly, that's still like a crap ton of power. Even 1 steam engine is a ton of power. So over time, as we get more and more resources from the vaults, we're gonna get more and more steam engines. But for now, at least we have 1. So now we gotta wait for Evat to come online so we can make a deal with her. All right, guys, Evat says she's ready to meet up for the trade agreement. Now, Evat used to live right here, but she recently duplicated her castle, or her little tower thing, and put it somewhere over here? I think it's like right at the edge of the map, so we gotta go find it. Funny enough, she used the schematic cannon in order to duplicate her base over there, which is kind of what we're trying to do. Oh, I found it. It's like a little tower in the middle of a peninsula. Oh, wow. Evat, I found it.
Oh, there you are. Hello.
How's it going? I knew you had a tower out here somewhere on the corner of the map.
Yeah.
Looks quite familiar.
Does it? Yeah.
Where's the Shiba doggos?
You know, they haven't quite moved in yet, but yeah, the place does have like a nice, homey, familiar feel.
Yeah, I see. It kind of looks like deserted from like the old house.
It does.
A little bit overgrown. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I heard you have the adoption stuff I need. I'm looking to adopt.
Yes, I do. I have 9 blazes up for adoption.
Yes, I need 9 blazes. It's a whole pack.
Yes.
The family pack.
Yes, the family pack. And we'll say the 9th one, we'll say he's like a bonus. So maybe just like the 4 chromatic.
4
steel.
chromatic. Okay. Blah,
Yeah.
blah. I did the math. Here you go. Oh, I can't give it to you. Magnet. Where's your demagnetizer? Didn't copy that over?
Hasn't been moved yet.
Yeet. All right.
Wow.
Take your chromatic steel. Ooh.
Awesome. Oh my goodness, it's so
9
much.
blaze burners. Thank you. I'll
Thank
be using
you.
this for the generator.
Oh, I can't wait to see it.
I gotta go back. Do you have a waystone here yet?
Okay.
It's up here. Ah, I see it. It's mossy. It blends in. Thank you. Evat's moving
Yee.
castle. Where's it gonna go
Yeah.
next?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Interesting. Okay, I disappear. All right, guys. Well, we got the 9 blaze burners, and I think that's the last thing we need for the generator. I mean, let's just ignore the missing steam engines. But I think we got everything on the list. I'm going to double check through the list, you know, making a list, checking it twice. And then I think we're ready to go. All right, let's fly back down to our schematic cannon here. I can't believe we're actually about to start. I'm so excited. So all you have to do is put the inventories next to it, and it should be able to see them. Next, we need to put gunpowder into the gunpowder slot. Sweet. Now, I don't know how, like, quickly this goes through the gunpowder, but I got backup gunpowder just in case. Next, we have to tell it to skip missing blocks, since there are going to be missing blocks, like the steam engines. And I think we're ready to start. Let me double check the schematic is in the right place. Yep, it looks good. Well, nothing to do but hit the start button, I guess. Let's go. Oh, it's launching items. Look at it. It's building the foundation right now. That's so cool. And you know what would be perfect for this? Let's make a little bit of an AFK hut here. Hop into free cam, and I say we turn this into a time lapse. Let's put in our time lapse background music and watch the generator build itself. right, guys, I think it's done. Oh, it's beautiful. Well, also nothing's spinning, so that's a bit concerning. Let's pop into free cam here so we can see what's going on. Oh, it's so cool. Ah, that would explain why it's not spinning. The steam engine is not connected to a shaft. Okay, I can fix that. And it also appears the sink is not getting water sucked out, so I think I'm gonna also have to set that up by hand. How much gunpowder did this go through? That barely used any gunpowder, holy crap. And you even get the empty schematic back. Nice. So let's grab some shafts and make the create wrench. I realize we haven't even made the wrench yet. It's very useful for like rotating parts, which we may have to do. All right, so first things first, we need to get into the crystal to get to the sink. Now I think if we break and replace this mechanical pipe, it should link properly. Okay, there we go. And use our configurator to tell it to suck, and there we go! It is full of water. Next, it's time to hook up the shafts. Now, if we do this, oh, it connects! There we go! Our steam engine is making 2,048 stress units, which makes sense, because that's the passive power limit. And there we go! We got it connected! Contraption o'clock, achievement get. Oh, the clock's ticking! Yes, it works. Oh, this is so cool. We just got to get all these shafts connected up. That way all the parts are spinning, because remember, we're going to have steam engines across this whole row. We just can only afford one right now. Oh, there we go. The generator. It will be providing turning power to this entire island. Look at those cute little blazes. You guys hear that sound? That's the sound of mail. What do we got in our mailbox? 8 black chromatic steel ingots. This is actually a delivery from Code, because remember, it's me, Code, and Zinjy working together, so he agreed to send us some of those black chromatic steel ingots we need for the steam engine. So we should be able to craft one, and oh, we need another pod. We got plenty of PAG gems. I'm not worried about PAG gems. And 2 steam engines. Let's go add them to the generator. Let's add one of them right here, so that way it looks more balanced. Nice. Advancement made. The powerhouse. Huh. And as you can see, the back half of the generator's not even spinning because we don't have a steam engine here yet. So let's put one on the back. There we go. Now the entire generator's spinning. Wait, except for that part. Oh. It's fine. We'll get more steam engines as time goes on. And now it's meme of the day time. Today's meme comes from Just Squid from the Discord. What do we got? CWG, I fear no man. But that thing, it scares me. Yeah, those tier 2 archers, yo, they're serious. They'll do like 4 hearts of damage. Big scary. And with that, thank you guys so much for watching today's episode. Let me know your thoughts about the generator in the comments. I think it looks pretty cool. I'll catch you guys in the next one. CWG, ow.